everything's good and the baby's strong and we've seen little kicks and we've seen a heartbeat and the heartbeat is strong and everything's good, and I'm cruising into my second trimester today, so hey! Oh my goodness, this has been wild. This has been so wild, and I'm so excited. And I know a lot of you guys have guessed it already, but oh my gosh, it's so amazing. We're having a baby.
We're having a baby.
You're having a baby.
I think you're mostly having the baby.
I'm growing a baby. Mwah. I'm gonna tell you all the tea of everything that's been going on the past 3 months now. So here we go. On February 15th, which was 9 days past ovulation. And yes, I know these things. I know these things because I have been trying for a baby for over a year. We've had one loss in that year. And nothing since. And a lot of negative pregnancy tests. I like to take pregnancy tests. I take a lot of them. I take multiple a day. I take them constantly. I'm a little obsessive about taking pregnancy tests. I buy 100 packs from Amazon and they're usually negative. And on February 15th, I took one knowing that nothing would show up because it was a bit too early, but wanting to take it anyway. And then I put it down because you have to wait. And one of the kids needed something, so I ran off to help and forgot about it. And then later that day, I looked down at the bathroom counter and did a double take because there was something there. There was the faintest of faintest little lines. And if you've ever been through trying to have a baby for a long time, you know that you often see lines that aren't there. You also know that if there's a line, then things are real. So immediately I called Christopher over and he usually says he can't see them when I can see them. So this time though, he saw it too. So all of a sudden, right before we're about to head to Disney World with our family, I found out I was pregnant. Our first response was, okay, let's see what this test looks like tomorrow. Because it was really late. And it was so early. And these tests, I tell you, you just have to keep waiting it out. Like you just want a really clear answer, but you just have to keep waiting it out. And after days and days and days, they get darker. And then the one that actually says the word pregnant works. And that's just the beginning of a time that can be really, really scary. So we were extremely happy and also always thinking about what if this doesn't happen. And there was a point around 8 weeks in when it got really scary and I started spotting, and every other time that's happened, the baby hasn't happened. And this time I was crying all night. I was so scared, and I got into the doctor right away, and we went and did an ultrasound and saw a heartbeat. This baby's strong, and this baby is doing great and should be here on Halloween of this year. Yes, we've got a Halloween due date, which is, I don't know about the Halloween thing, but it means that the baby's due about a week before Bailey's birthday. I can't imagine a better gift for that little girl. So we are all very, very excited. We've told the kids at this point, we've told our family, and we have videos of all that, so that'll be coming. We waited a really long time. Like, I think I was 10 or 11 weeks along when we told them all. And that was so hard, keeping it a secret from the kids. Like, it was so hard, but I felt like it was probably best for them to wait and not get their hopes up, because we were pretty nervous. So we knew for like almost 2 months. That was so hard, keeping it a secret from the kids, like so hard. I'm shocked they didn't figure it out and they didn't bust us. Rachel asked us like 2 times if we were pregnant, and we were like, And Jacob actually saved the day because he was like, she's not pregnant. And Rachel was like, oh, see, ask the kid. They'll always tell you because they can't keep a secret. And Jacob just didn't know. That was how I got out of that. I have a really hard time when being asked something, like lying. I can't do that. So if somebody asks me something like point blank, I will almost always tell them, even if it's a secret I'm supposed to keep, because I just like can't lie. It's very hard for me. So Jacob saved me on that one. We'll share those videos sometime in the next week or two. Ah, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe it. Ah, I'm pregnant, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. Christopher.
Yes?
What do you think of all this business?
I'm so excited. We've wanted this for so long. We've had a few doctor's appointments now, and we always find a way to get that ultrasound. So this baby is so cute too. I've seen it in the ultrasounds. It's moving its little arms, its little nubs, just moving
dance
around.
Parties already.
Yeah, so cute. Can't wait.
I'm so hungry. Right now, I'm hungry and I'm ready for Betty,
okay.
Even though it's the afternoon.
I'll make
That's
you some food and you can eat it.
Yes. Oh, I've got a story for you. So, Christopher is an amazing husband and an incredible dad. He's so perfect. I hope everybody out there has a partner as amazing as Christopher. I feel like this is our wildest dad-to-be story. I can't believe he did this. Okay, so first of all, I haven't been feeling well. This has been a good pregnancy. Like, I feel like it hasn't been too bad. The morning sickness hasn't been too harsh, but it's been there. Like, that's not to be downplayed. There are certainly days where you just feel awful all day long. That's just how it is because you're pregnant. It's not like I have the flu, so you get to like take a rest and tell everybody, and all of it is just like, oh yeah, I just feel awful all day, forever. And with foods, I feel like cravings aren't so much like, I need this food now, though there's an element of it. But it's kind of like, there's only one food that I can tolerate right now. Everything else, I will vomit. I can't imagine eating. And it'll be like a weird thing that you didn't really expect to want, but it's like, okay, that's the only thing that I can imagine like I could actually eat right now. There was a period of time where it was food that wasn't that great for me. Like, it was Cocoa Krispies and really sugary stuff, and that's like all I could think of that I could tolerate. And I think, you know, Christopher naturally is the dad. It's kind of going like, okay, and he's helping me with anything I want, but I think he also was like hoping that I'd be able to eat some healthy things. And so one day, I was like, man, I could really go for some vegetable soup. Doesn't that sound amazing, Christopher? Like, think about the celery. And he was like, yeah, I can go make you some vegetable soup if you want. I was like, no, that's just too much. Don't even worry about it. Like, whatever. And then later that day at midnight, I couldn't sleep. And I was so hungry because a lot of the time I'm just like, I can't even eat anything, and I just inadvertently don't eat for a long period of time. All of a sudden at midnight, I was starving. And I was like, man, Christopher, can you imagine vegetable soup right now and how amazing that would be? And he was like, I'm making you vegetable soup right now. I'm going to the store. And it was like, I didn't even know stores were still open. And I was like, no, you can't go making me vegetable soup. But I was just thinking about how good it would be. I'm just dreaming. I'm just like thinking about it. Like the squish of the celery and the potatoes and how good it would be. And I think he was just like so happy that I wanted something that was actually like healthy. and also, like, he's just the most loving, generous human in the world. So he was like, no, I'm making this. And I was like, no, I'm gonna miss you. Like, don't leave me in the middle of the night. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And he was like, no, this is happening. And he got out of bed, got all dressed to go out, went to the store. I fell asleep probably at that point. And then made homemade from scratch vegetable soup. And I think it was finished at around 2 a.m. because Christopher came up to bed around that time and found me sleeping, probably snoring away. And at 3 a.m. I woke up and I was like, and the house smelled real good. And I was like, did you make that vegetable soup? Because I really do want it. And Christopher was like, yeah, I'll go heat some up for you. Because apparently it had been refrigerated and everything. I thought he'd just come up. I didn't know what time it was. I didn't know what was going on. But it was like deep in the middle of the night. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready for that soup. And I slurped down vegetable soup at 3 a.m. that my husband got up in the middle of the night and made me. He deserves for the world to know that. He did that without thinking anybody would ever know. Except for me. He's a really amazing guy. It's pretty easy to have 5 kids with him. And this little one is now the size of a lemon, and as tall as a tube of lipstick today, is what my app is telling me. And it's totally perfect. With Duncan, I needed a lot of bed rest during this time, and we've been navigating that this time around as well. I think it's gone a lot better. The issues have to do with when my uterus is low before it goes above my pelvis. I did have some, I've been going to physical therapy for it. I've been really proactive about doing everything I can do. It still caused issues. There's only so much I can do, but it seems like my uterus is now rising above my pelvis kind of early, and all of those issues are alleviating, and everything's just good. It's just good. We're gonna have a 5th baby Ballinger in our home. I can't believe I'm gonna be a mom of 5. That's wild. But I'm so excited. I can't wait. Krista and I love being parents to our kids. We love our kids so much. And to have another one is just such an amazing gift. I felt actually really good this time around. I don't feel like I've had as much morning sickness as I've had with the others. It's definitely been there, but I feel like it's been a lot better. I don't know if I mentioned this, but last time I needed a catheter for a week at the same time. And there were 2 times when I was nervous and it was going that direction, but it was okay. And I was able to pee on my own. And now those problems are fixing naturally, as they do as my heavy uterus rises above my pelvis. My uterus naturally is positioned a little differently, so it causes problems. It blocks things internally, including my ability to pee internally. It blocks that. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't know if that's too much information or not, but it's true and it's what happens. And I guess it's good to warn some people that in rare cases that can happen. But going to a pelvic physical therapist this time around and for about a year leading up to this pregnancy seems to have been really helpful. I'm so grateful that instead of getting worse this time around, it was actually better. And my doctor said it would probably be worse this time, and it wasn't worse. So that's really great. I can't believe I'm telling you guys this. I can't believe I'm telling you all this. I can't believe I'm finally getting to say that we're having a baby. I don't know. I know that we've had 4 and it probably looks easy to other people because we're now on our 5th. But it's been hard. It's so hard. It's so hard and it's so scary, and it's scary every single time. I'm really happy that there are people that don't have to go through the issues with infertility and loss, and I'm so glad that not everybody experiences that. But that's not my story. Even though it might look easy and simple, it's a lot, even though we have a lot. And we have a lot to be grateful for, and it's been a big journey for us. And there was definitely a time in my life when I didn't think I'd be able to have any kids at all. So to be here now and to be able to say that our 5th is coming is so amazing. It's such a miracle. So I'm wearing my maternity dress that I wore when I was pregnant with Duncan and took my maternity photos. I think I was 36 weeks pregnant, and now you can see my little bump. And it's shown up just in the last, I think, week or 2 when everything rose up above my pelvis. All of a sudden it was like, pop! Baby. I love my body when I'm pregnant. It's when I'm the most comfortable. Not actually comfortable, I'm terribly uncomfortable. But physically, like, I feel like the most confident when I'm able to have just a giant belly. I feel like I always have one, but now I have like a real solid reason for having one. So I'm excited to see my belly grow. I love that. It doesn't bother me, aside from the fact that it makes it harder to sleep. But I'm really, really excited.
This baby's already been on so many adventures. We've gone to Florida with this baby, and the Disney worlds, and the Universal.
Playlist.
I thought the kids were gonna figure us out, because we knew about the baby. I thought the kids were gonna figure us out because Jessica was not going on any of the big rides.
Yeah, I'm shocked. They were not.
They were like, go on this ride, mommy, and she was like, no, I'm gonna stay here with Duncan.
But like so many things, I was really surprised because usually they're like always trying to figure out if I'm pregnant.
Yep.
And it was like we just got lucky because there was like 2 months where they were like, guess that's never gonna happen.
This baby has swam with manatees already.
Yes! I went swimming with manatees with this baby inside of me. How cool is that? And we went to Playlist and met so many cool people, and I love that because I'm always like,
so you look back at your photos and you got that little baby in
There's
there.
a bonus Ballinger in your picture.
You took a picture with more Ballingers than you thought.
I'm 36 now. I was 35 when I got pregnant, but I'm 36 now, which makes it a geriatric pregnancy.
I don't even know what that means.
It means I'm an old lady, but everything's fine. I feel great. I feel better than some of my other not geriatric pregnancies. So far, health-wise for the baby, everything is stellar. So what else? We can have babies for years.
Yeah, you're just getting better at it.
I'm just getting better. I'm improving with age. I'm trying to think if I have any more symptoms I can tell you guys about. I've had nausea. I haven't actually thrown up at all. That's typical for me. I usually have just tons and tons of nausea and feel awful all the time, but then I don't usually throw up. In the past, the times I have thrown up have been at the time when I'm brushing my teeth and I brush my tongue, and that like puts me over the edge. So in my pregnancies, I've probably thrown up like once per pregnancy. And in this one, I haven't at all, so it's been really neat. I've slept somewhat well for a couple of my pregnancies. In the first trimester, I've gotten really bad nightmares, and it's very consistent. It's at like 2 or 3 a.m. and I wake up and it's really hard for me to go back to sleep. And with this one, I've had a little bit of early waking up, like waking up at 4, but it hasn't been too bad, and I'm usually able to get back to sleep. And then also I have been feeling the like very tired feeling. You just feel exhausted and really like ready to go to bed at like 4 p.m. And I have been going through that, but not a ton. Like overall, I'm surprised that this pregnancy has felt a little bit better than like my 3rd or 4th pregnancy so far. We'll see what 2nd and 3rd trimester brings. It's so interesting how it's always kind of a surprise and a little different. Like some things I kind of know, like I haven't had a lot of swelling, and some women just always will get that and they'll get massive amounts of swelling. And I don't have issues as much with that, but I always have issues with like lower back pain and like pelvis and the pelvic separation that causes a lot of pain. I'll get that probably in the 3rd trimester, and I go to the chiropractor and try to fix that a little bit, but it's still there usually. So I haven't had it yet, but I'm assuming that'll happen later down the line. I feel like I've been more moody this pregnancy than any of my other pregnancies, like a little bit more emotional, a little bit more irrational. I feel like I've been going through stuff a little bit, like all the stuff with like YouTube and the comments and all of that happened when I was like 5 weeks pregnant or something, 4 or 5 weeks pregnant, and I was like not holding back. And I'm glad I did it, but like I was definitely going through a lot emotionally. And I think you can kind of sense that. I know Christopher's been able to sense it. So I feel like I've been a little bit more of that. I think I've been pretty hungry this 1st trimester. Like there are days when I don't want to eat at all, but then in the very beginning when I thought I would have been feeling more nauseous, I was able to eat a lot. So like when we were at Disney World and we were at buffets and stuff, I had a great time. I was not holding back, and that was really fun. And then later it was a little bit harder to eat, but that was fun. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've been feeling or going through. Overall, it's just, it has been good so far. So we'll see. We'll see what the rest brings. I can't believe this baby is due on Halloween. And I don't know if I'll go over a little bit or right on Halloween. Duncan was born the day before his due date, like 6 hours before his due date. Parker was born 3 days after his due date. Jacob was born at 39 weeks, so 1 week before his due date. And Bailey we induced, and she was born at 39 weeks. Bailey was the one that we induced, but all the other ones came naturally in their own time, pretty close to the due date. We're gonna have a little Halloween baby, it looks like. And my doctor was already like, yeah, I go trick-or-treating with my kids, so peace. That's cute that you wanna just deliver on Halloween and all, but I'm busy. But I don't know, I'm just happy with any date. I'm just happy with anything. We're just so grateful for this baby. And I wanna say thank you to all of you for your prayers, for being hopeful for us, and excited about this. This is so amazing. We have a new little baby coming this year. You wanna hear something really funny about us too? Okay. In our family, we're all odd because I was born in 1983, so was Christopher, so we've got that 3. And then Bailey was 2007, Jacob was 2009, Parker was 2013, Duncan was 2017, and this baby's gonna be 2019. And we would have had a baby any time in any one of those years if it was up to us. But somehow it's been confirmed. We are all odd, and that's how it is to be. I can't believe how exciting this year is going to be. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so happy that Duncan's gonna have a little buddy and that they have little Flynn as their cousin. They're gonna be like little cousin buddies all together. And we started with Bailey and Jacob and Parker, and my sister had her 2 daughters. So there are some cousins in the mix, but like initially when we had Bailey, we didn't know if our kids would even have cousins.
Yeah.
So we're entering this whole new phase where we're gonna have like a little bunch of babies and toddlers and all the family times, and it's so cute. I'm so excited. What a fun time.